Call the meeting to order, the Design Review Board. Ready for roll call?
Yeah, we'll have Margie
Right.
confirm
The other way
that
around.
we've posted today's packet.
I can confirm that the packet was posted and the required notice of today's meeting was provided.
Thank you. Now we're ready for roll call.
Okay, I'll go ahead and call roll. Board Member Noonan,
Here.
Board Member Kitchen,
Here.
Board Member Romy,
Here.
Chair Martins.
Present, here.
We have a full slate of members and a quorum to proceed, so that allows us to conduct the business of today's meeting.
Okay, thank you. All right, next item on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the December 9th meeting. Does anybody have any changes or corrections?
I would move to accept as presented.
Okay. And how about a second?
I second it.
Kevin will second. All right. All in favor to approve the minutes, say aye.
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 Opposed? All right. Minutes approved. Down to our new business, application CC 21-24.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. This is an application that's filed by Ashley Howard on behalf of United Capital Management. They are the new owners of the building located on the west side of North Santa Fe, north of Ash Street, that currently has a first floor open parking garage. And at your December 9th meeting, when this was first considered, staff pointed out some measurement dilemmas that we thought needed to be looked at again. And so the things that were proposed included the creation of a new lounge area on the first floor, installation of new aluminum glass storefront on the first floor facade, installation of a new glass entry door at the sidewalk level. Probably the largest item was the installation of a new aluminum and glass overhead door that would enclose the opening on Santa Fe, and then a new bulkhead to match the existing bulkhead, and that bulkhead would have a stone cap to match the existing stone cap. What occurred was staff just prior to that meeting went out and did a site visit, took some photographs, took some measurements just to make sure we had all the correct dimensions. And so everything that was proposed was at the south end of the existing opening. And so when staff determined that the proposed double doors would extend 7.5 feet into the existing garage opening, and then a new pillar would extend another 2 feet 4 inches, and the garage opening would be reduced to 12 feet, it appeared to us that that offset the opening so it no longer lined up with the driveway. And so we reported that to the board and informed the applicant's architect and suggested that maybe an on-site meeting might be in order. And so on December 15th, representatives of Planning and Public Works met with the applicant's architect, and at the conclusion of that meeting, the architect presented an alternate facade design. And so the changes associated with that would be that the double entry doors are relocated to the lobby area instead of within the garage door area. So here's the garage door opening. Formerly the double doors were here, and now they've been moved to the other side so they come in where the lobby area is. The faux concrete column that was 2 feet 4 inches wide was eliminated. There's glass and aluminum storefront panels that would be placed on either side of the overhead garage door, which would balance that out. And the garage door opening, as proposed here, would line up with the existing driveway curb cut. So that plan eliminates staff's previous concerns about possibly having to make modifications to this, to the ornamental brickwork out in this area. And So by relocating the entry doors and eliminating the concrete pillar, that allowed the garage door opening to center on the existing driveway opening, and that eliminates all staff's dimensional concerns. So really, that leaves the question before the board is to the design, materials, and appearance of the facade change, and whether you think it is attractive and compatible. The only thing that we were not really able to address in our report or address verbally is, I don't know if you can get to the revised front elevation, Margie, but we were unable to report out to you. I think it might be one more above that. So maybe one more, yeah, right there. So the only thing that we were unclear on in reviewing the plans is there's a fascia up in this area right here above the storefronts, and we did not report on what the material and colors of that fascia was because we were not able to tell that from the plans. So we have reviewed the storefront windows and the garage door. They seem to be consistent with other downtown storefronts, including one that was just approved across the street. The difference being that this is a garage door that will actually extend to ground level and be used for vehicle traffic. We did request that the project architect provide some additional information about the faux concrete pillars and the fascia above the storefront. We still have a concern when you take an open area and enclose it with sidewalls and a garage door. It's going to make visibility up and down the sidewalk area a little more challenging, and we think that could possibly address by installing mirrors that would allow people exiting the garage to look up and down the sidewalks as they're exiting.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Really quick about that? In this new plan with the two windows on either side, I think in the previous plan it was pretty much solid on either side of the garage door, and I could understand that visibility would have been much more hampered in that one. And with this, do you think that solves some of the visibility issue, and then also that the garage door is also glass or see-through in its design as well?
Well, it's see-through, but we're concerned that even with the garage door is open, when you have the sidewall there, right, even with the edge of the sidewalk, and those, we're still going to be having pillars here and here and here. It's not going to be as open to viewing as it is today. That's a discretionary item. That's a judgment call for the board. So that's something that we recommended in one other case, and then that design got modified to eliminate a garage door. The difference with that one was that was a garage door where people were backing into South 4th Street, again with a 0 setback. But those are strictly a judgment call for this board. So based on the revised plan, you could approve the application submitted for the modified plan for making exterior facade changes to this building. You could approve the application subject to any conditions approved by a majority of the board, and those could improve, they could have conditions that we hadn't addressed or thought of. You could postpone consideration if you still think there's missing pieces, or you could deny the application as presented. We think if the applicant provides additional material or information about the finished materials for the fascia and the faux columns, that we would recommend option 2 with the 2 conditions, with the second condition, again, if you feel that the redesign and the glass storefront openings provide people exiting sufficient visibility, then condition number 2 is discretionary. So with that, we'd be open to any questions about.
So at the last meeting, we didn't have the fascia information then either, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And we've looked at the plan, we've looked at the number keys.
Okay.
I just, Mr. Hers and I just were not able to tell what that fascia, that it's this piece right here.
Yeah.
We can't tell what the materials or color of that is, and so we would request that the architect clarify that for the board.
But the columns we're okay with? Or do we
I
need
think the
information?
columns are fine. Again,
Okay.
we just can't, I mean, it's all a
It looks like you're
judgment for
trying to
you
map.
as to how it all fits together.
Yeah.
We just couldn't report in detail. When it says faux concrete, I don't know what that means.
Okay. All right.
Can I ask another question?
go right
Do
ahead.
we have, my worry of putting something up like mirrors, it's vandalism, and then you have these kind of cracked or broken mirrors all the time, which to me is visual. I mean, I've seen them in other places and they're almost always broken. Do we have mirrors anywhere else downtown that you are aware of?
Not that I'm aware of, or not that have been used successfully.
Okay.
I mean, that is a fair observation. They're not an unusual feature on downtown parking garages. On the other hand, they're usually something that's constantly in disrepair.
Right. Okay.
A representative here, I believe, so have you step up and name and identify yourself.
My name is Ken Bieberly. I'm the applicant's architect.
Okay.
Merry Christmas, everyone. The fascia on our plans, we noted to match the existing, and if on the existing entrance there is a fascia there that's a dark bronze, and I didn't know it was going to be a problem, I would have brought a picture, but it's there, and we're basically just going to replicate that. It's readily visible from the exterior.
Okay.
The column is basically just a reproduction of the existing column. When maybe I used the wrong word as far as the mentioning concrete with it's going to be a stone veneer to match the existing. We're going to use concrete blocks similar to what the other ones are constructed of. So it's basically a replica of what's there now. So
It'll be.
there may be a little difference in the stone because that stone is probably over 100 years old, but we're going to try and find something that matches it. So
So it's, okay.
in 10 years, it'll look the same
It's
anyway.
the
So.
same, yeah. Get a little weather on it.
We're not opposed to the mirrors. I'd like to remind everybody, this is not a heavily trafficked or traveled access. There's probably maybe 1 or 2 cars that are going to use that every day. I think the owner would be more than happy to accommodate whatever your wishes are. We can do some research as far as mirrors. I envision them as a mirror on both sides of the entrance and with view, angle to where you can see pedestrians coming from as far as the drivers are concerned. It'll be a little bit of education for the people using that, but it's not going to be open to the public. It'll be clients and employees, so it's not like we're going to have a lot of people there.
It's like an active parking garage that has
Exactly,
people coming
right.
and going all the time, yeah.
And the reason we're enclosing it mainly is just from a security standpoint. The owner, I know from past experience that parking lot was used for a lot of things that probably shouldn't have been there in the first place. But that's the reason for enclosing it right now. So
Okay.
I do have another question on the south set of windows versus the north in the drawing. They look different. Is there a,
on the south, well, there's a door in there, a counter door, right in the middle.
I think what she's talking about is these windows are going.
yeah,
Yeah, those are windows that the ones in the south, that's a solid overhead door or counter door that'll be operable from the inside. It's flanked by 2 windows, so that'll be a solid counter door.
I don't know what a counter door is.
Well,
I'm
it's not
sorry.
full height, it's only maybe 4 feet high or
Okay.
whatever that dimension is.
But,
It'll work, it's similar to what's on, at the
Something like at Blue Sky.
Blue Sky.
Oh,
Okay.
so it will be an,
if there'll be one that opens and closes?
It'll be open, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
okay, I
okay.
didn't pick that up either, yeah.
okay.
The owner's intention is that when there's parades downtown, he'll be able to open that and hand out promotional material or
Okay,
soft drinks, whatever.
okay. That counts for that difference. Any other questions?
No.
All right, thank you.
Sure.
I'm kind of torn on the mirrors myself, too, because I know exactly what you're saying.
I just think they will end up being
More of an eyesore than,
yeah, I mean, or something that the owner has to constantly fix. And I'm not sure how much we're gaining,
yeah.
from it. And I don't know. That's how I feel about it, but.
Okay. Jennifer, did you have any questions or comments?
No.
Okay.
When she was talking about the mirrors, the only thing I can think of is if they're located out there to where you can see, half the time they're so dirty, you're not going to be able to see out of them anyway.
Yeah, okay. Very good. Thank you, Jennifer. Well, are we ready for a motion? I think, I mean, I'm satisfied with the description of the trim and the faux finishes and stuff that were mentioned, so.
Well, I will make a motion to approve option 2 with the staff recommendation 1, that if there are any major changes on the design, that it would be brought back to staff for review.
I'll second that.
Okay, moved and seconded. Any further comments, discussion? Then if not, all in favor, say aye.
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 All opposed, same sign. All right, so approved. Thank you. And
No mirrors to worry about.
I don't, let's see. Are there any administrative items?
We do not have any administrative items for your consideration this evening or any preliminary discussion items. As we look into 2022, I think we will be resuming our regular twice-a-month
Okay,
meetings, and we're not for certain, but it appears that the meeting that would normally be held the second Thursday of January, we don't currently have any applications pending for that, but we will have to meet the second Thursday in January because all of our boards and commissions have to present an annual report to the city commission, so we'll go over, remind you how many times you met and all the things that you reviewed in 2021, and then any items of concern. We are trying to get off the ground. Again, we have a downtown arts and entertainment ordinance that's supposed to address things like special events, sidewalk performances, giving downtown businesses the opportunity to set up and sell on the sidewalk, push carts, all manner of things. And so we're going to try to get that going again in the first quarter of 2021 and get those things adopted and implemented. That may involve some things just coming before you to review and comment on. But I think it's doubtful that we'll meet the second Thursday in January, but we will for sure the fourth Thursday in January, because we'll have our review of our annual report and your opportunity to review everything you did in 2021. So with that, I don't think we have any additional business for you.
Okay, thank you, and I don't see anyone from the public. I assume there's no one online? No?
No, there's not.
Okay, very good. No public forum, so I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
I'll move to adjourn.
Okay, thank you. And
Second.
second? All right, moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right,
Aye.
thank you. Happy holidays.